I think that all black people, I mean, of course it's not true even just to say it, but I think that most black people are grounded in the blues. It's just part of life, you know, and when you hear the blues, it says something. I think it says something to everybody, but it says something specifically to black Americans. It's part of, you know, our history and our tragedy and our religion, etc. And so when you hear Robert Johnson, you hear the whole history of the blues and of jazz and of rock and roll all in this one guy.
Childhood remembrances are always a drag if you're black. You always remember things like living in Woodlawn with no indoor toilet. And if you become famous or something, they never talk about how happy you were to have your mother all to yourself, and how good the water felt when you got your bath from one of those big tubs that folk in Chicago barbecue in. And somehow when you talk about home, it never gets across how much you understood their feelings as the whole family attended meetings about Hollydale. And even though you remember, your biographers never understand your father's pain as he sells his stock and another dream goes. And though you're poor, it isn't poverty that concerns you. And though they fought a lot, it isn't your father's drinking that makes any difference, but only that everybody is together. And you and your sister have happy birthdays and very good Christmases. And I really hope no white person ever has cause to write about me, because they never understand black love is black wealth. And they'll probably talk about my hard childhood and never understand that all the while I was quite happy.
My problem as a beginning writer was to say the opposite of what I was expected to say. And people will say, you're a pretty good writer, or you're a good writer. Why do you insist on the label, woman in black? And I kept saying, first of all, it's true. Second of all, I find that a very broad, deep, wide pool to draw from. It's richer than some other label. I don't want to be an honorary white writer or an honorary male writer. I really want to take that territory, which is virgin territory, and just explore it. There's so many facets. It's nice.
Out of the black arts movement in the 60s, this is where rap comes from. Rap comes from, we are the old men of the rap age. When we started bringing the music and the poetry and stuff together, it was considered, wow, we said, we want poetry that you can take out of these classrooms, that you can read in bars and taverns, that you can read in playgrounds, that you can read on the street. So we did in the 60s. That's what I used to tell my students. You think your stuff is good? See those guys digging a hole in the street there? When they get a minute off to eat a sandwich, go read them a poem. If you're going to get hit in the head, if you don't get hit in the head, you got a future.